What's up everyone, Red Eye Reviews here with another episode of Physical Therapy for you, this time for the month of January 2025. We are starting off the year with a bang.
The hell's that?
It's the only gavel I could find.
It squeaks when you bang it, that's what she said.
In case you don't know, Physical Therapy is a monthly series in which I go over all the Blu-rays and 4Ks and maybe some DVDs that I buy within a given month, and I talk to you about them, giving you maybe ideas on whether or not you should upgrade from a Blu-ray to a 4K, or whether you should pick up a title at all. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into it because I got a lot to go through. And I'm going to start the first one off with a banger. And this is a thrift store pickup. I got it for $1.
I'm gonna pop some tags, only got $20 in my pocket.
D2, The Mighty Ducks on DVD from Disney. The Mighty Ducks movies were a part of my youth, at least the first two were, so I got this because the Blu-ray fetches for a lot of money, and I like this movie, but I don't like it enough to pay for that. So $1 for the DVD, worth it in my opinion. Now if I could just get the first one on DVD or Blu-ray, that'd be nice too. But yeah, Mighty Ducks, a childhood favorite. If it's a favorite of yours, I guess you should pick it up only for the fact that you should cancel your Disney Plus and get everything on Disney Plus on Blu-ray, 4K, or DVD.
Go back to your paper at you mighty duck fucks!
Next up, we have a comedy classic from the late 70s, and that is Annie Hall on Blu-ray.
Stop him!
This is a classic film, classic comedy from Woody Allen. Diane Keaton in this. Their chemistry together is what keeps this movie going, in my opinion. And to be honest, I only saw this recently in life, and you know, I'm kind of glad I did because I feel like seeing it with a more mature eye helped. Had I seen this in my teens or my 20s when I was going through a lot of that AFI 100 films you must see, stuff like those lists like that, I'm kind of glad I didn't because I don't think I would have liked it. But I like it now. It was a few bucks. Might as well pick it up.
What's your name?
Allison?
You're like New York Jewish left-wing liberal intellectual, Central Park West, Brandeis University with the socialist summer camps, and the father with the Ben Shahn drawings, right? And the really, you know, strike-oriented kind of... stop me before I make a complete imbecile of myself.
No, that was wonderful. I love being reduced to a cultural stereotype.
I was at the Stones concert in Altamont when they killed that guy, remember?
Yeah, were you? I was at an Alice Cooper thing where 6 people were rushed to the hospital with bad vibes.
Are you always funny?
Hey, what is this, an interview? We're supposed to be making love. No, that was the most fun I've ever had without laughing.
Annie Hall.
Next up, we have one of my favorite films of 2024, and I finally got this on 4K. Longlegs. Now, Longlegs, I've done plenty of videos about this. This has been in my top 10 of the year. I did a review on Longlegs. Basically, Longlegs kicks ass. Nicolas Cage's performance is haunting, amazing, scary, and even kind of funny. Micah Monroe is perfect in the main lead. The rest of the movie, it's okay, but the mood and the scenery are what really draw me to this one.
What happens if I...
Longlegs.
Let me in now, and it can be nice. Make me go now, and I have to come back. Not once, not twice, but as many times as I like.
Next up, something I picked up from Criterion, and that is The Fisher King on 4K.
In the world of talk radio, Jack Lucas was king.
Look, I said I want an offer, they can forget it.
To stay on top, he did whatever he had to.
Forgive me!
But one day, Jack went too far.
It was Mr. Lucas's offhand remark that seemed to have fatal impact on Mr. Melnick.
No matter what I have, it feels like I have nothing.
Yo, what's going on?
And just when he was about to give up on his own life, he stumbled into Perry's.
Unhand that degenerate and remove your presence!
So The Fisher King is something starring Robin Williams and Jeff Bridges that I had never seen in my entire life, even though I'd seen this movie being promoted when it came out. I was aware of it. I was aware that Terry Gilliam directed it. It never interested me in the slightest. If you don't know, Fisher King is about Jeff Bridges, who is a radio DJ who something happens on the air and he basically feels like he has to make things up to Robin Williams' character. I really don't want to say a whole lot more about it because the part of this movie that's really, really great is the discovery and the journey that you go on.
You're out of your mind! Yes!
Now, Jack has to do something he's never done before.
Isn't she a vision? I'm deeply smitten.
Help someone else.
I thought that if I could get him this girl that he loves, things would change for me.
Let's do it right here.
This 4K from Criterion actually looks really, really damn good. This was not available before in such a package. It was only on Blu-ray, and if I recall what I read, that it wasn't really well received. This is Criterion, it's 4K, you know what you're getting. You know you're gonna get a good presentation. HDR, Dolby Vision. The Fisher King is a hell of a movie and is one that's gonna make you laugh and tug at your heartstrings. Check out The Fisher King.
Robin Williams, Jeff Bridges, The Fisher King.
Next up, I have a 4K upgrade, and that is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Yeah, it is versus the world. Scott Pilgrim, nice little gem from director Edgar Wright. Scott Pilgrim falls in love with Ramona Flowers, and in order to be with her, he must defeat her evil exes. The movie is very stylized, it's very video game influenced, and there are lots of little Easter eggs and little nods that you'll appreciate if you're a gamer. So I haven't been able to check this one out actually, but I hear it is a solid upgrade from the Blu-ray, so that's why I got it. It was cheap enough, so honestly, if you can get this for about 12 to 15 bucks, I'd say it's worth the upgrade based on the things I've heard. The movie itself is great, it's fun, it's loud, it's funny. Again, 4K upgrade apparently is worth your time, so I'm gonna say it's worth your time.
What do I do?
Sadly, the only thing that I was able to pick up from this most recent Barnes & Noble Arrow video sale was Conan the Barbarian on 4K. So I have no interest in Conan the Destroyer, its sequel. Not something I care about a whole lot. I like the first movie a whole lot more, so I went with the first movie only, a lot cheaper. And I went with the standard edition, of course, because I'm a basic bitch.
You're sluts.
But anyway, this is packed full of extras. Look at all of these extras on one whole dedicated disc. That right there is worth your time. If you only like the first film and you decide to go this route, the 4K picture on this, excellent, excellent, excellent. Dolby Vision, HDR10, you know the deal. Arrow, man, they do a whole lot right, so I gotta say it. This is probably one of their better releases. I know this, the double pack, whatever, got a whole bunch of good praise, and once I finally got this, man, it didn't matter if that second movie looked like crap or not. This is all that matters in my mind. This is the presentation you want. This is probably the last time you're gonna have to buy this, and that's a really good thing because this looks frickin' amazing. Check it out.
And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
My next pick is from a great man who we lost recently, the artist, the director, David Lynch. The film is Eraserhead on Criterion Blu-ray. So Eraserhead is one of the few David Lynch films that I do not own. Once he died, I felt it was my duty to get this, do a marathon, and that I did. Eraserhead is David Lynch's first breakout film from 1977. This movie is weird, it's all in black and white, it defines abstract art. This is a wild trip, not for the faint of heart, not for the squeamish either. Basically, this movie is weird as hell. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. You should check out his whole filmography. To be honest, the man was a living legend, and it's been quite heavy on my heart that we lost him recently. And I've been watching his films over and over, and watching interviews and reading things about him, and just what a loss and what a filmography. Sadly, this is not on 4K yet. It's only available on Blu-ray. That doesn't mean a 4K isn't around the corner from Criterion or somebody else. This was about 20 bucks. I realized I didn't have it, and it was a travesty that I didn't have it. If you like this film, you should go this route. If you think you can wait, maybe you should wait. I can't say if there's going to be a 4K or not in the works, but you never know these days. Honestly, this looks pretty good for what it is. It is a black and white film from the 70s, shot on film. It's not supposed to look pristine, but you know, I think the Blu-ray does a fine job for what it's supposed to do. And man, Eraserhead, amazingly creepy, weird, crazy fucking film. David Lynch, rest in peace. We miss and love you. All right, we are at the halfway mark. Don't forget to like this video, share, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to keep watching until the end of the video. I have a pair of scratch that. I have 3 4Ks that you're gonna want to hear me talk about. 2 of them, a little controversial. 1 of them, 5-star review all the way through. So you're gonna want to stick around to the end of the video for that. In the meantime, let's go to the next pick, shall we? My next pick, Oh, it's up here, is Jojo Rabbit on 4K. Jojo Rabbit is, in my opinion, Taika Waititi's best film. Honestly, I only really like a couple of his films, this and What We Do in the Shadows, but to me, this was his breakout, the thing that got him a lot of recognition. Maybe that was a bad thing because of some of the stuff we got and some of the things that happened, but honestly, Jojo Rabbit is a pretty fine film, in my opinion, and it basically is a fantasy. It is set in 1940s Germany, and there is a little boy who looks up to, well, you know who, and you know, the movie, it's funny, it's got heart, and it's got a little bit of shock value in there, and you know, honestly, this is something you can watch with some nervous laughter and then find out that, you know, you're just laughing with it, and then by that time you are definitely caught up in the movie, and then you're stuck on these characters.
Today you boys will be involved in such activities as games, ambush techniques, and blowing stuff up.
I don't think I can do this.
Was? Of course you can.
Aber dann kamst du.
Now, I don't think this is out of print per se, but I think it's getting harder and harder to find, as I could only find it online for high prices. I was lucky enough to find this at Amoeba, and I got it for a pretty good price. If you're a fan of the movie, I say check it out.
You okay? Oh God.
Man, I am just hitting you with some brutal films the last couple of picks. I'm going to hit you with another brutal one right now, and that is Brawl in Cell Block 99. Yeah, 99. Starring Vince Vaughn on 4K. So this is something I saw maybe 6 months to a year ago. The one thing I can say about this film, actually I could say a couple of things. One thing I can say for sure is that this film is brutal. And I'm not saying this as puns, but this film pulls no punches. Vince Vaughn gets put into prison for reasons I won't spoil, but they're good reasons. And I mean, this movie is basically him getting the shit kicked out of him and him kicking the shit out of other people here and there as well. Like I said, it is brutal. Vince Vaughn gives a stunning performance. This is something you don't normally see him at. You are not generally intimidated by Vince Vaughn, but don't forget, this man is tall. Man, you know Vince Vaughn is the happy-go-lucky comedic guy, or maybe, you know, he plays a funny serial killer like Psycho remake, which is bullshit and should have never been made. But anyway, like hard movies to watch, like Requiem for a Dream, The Coffee Table, things like that, Brawl in Cell Block 99, it's a good, satisfying watch, but you have to be in that pissed off mood or that mood to just be able to take 2 hours of brutalness, because there's just a lot of negativity in this film. So if that's what you're looking for, I highly recommend it. It is shot well, it's acted well, everything is, it's fine. That's why I bought it, but it was cheap, and I figured this was a hell of a movie to have in the collection, even if it's something I don't watch all the time. Damn good film. Vince Vaughn kills it in this performance, dude.
Do what I say or I'll kill him.
Oh, fuck. Next up, I have a sci-fi hidden gem that I'm a little shaky about because it's been a while since I've seen this, and that is Pandorum on Blu-ray. So this was kind of a panic buy for me. For some reason, I think I saw the price on this going up and decided to find it. I didn't have to look very hard or long.
That's what she said.
But eventually I found it for about $5. If you go and try and find this through your usual channels, maybe eBay, a used record store, a used movie store, something like that, you'll probably find this for about $5 or $6 tops. Pandorum is a sci-fi movie from the early to mid 2000s. Something I saw a long time ago and something I've really been wanting to check out because, it's one of those hidden gems that a lot of people talk about on forums, but the general public doesn't know about. So that's probably good. But all I can say is that when I did see this, I do remember enjoying it, not completely hating it. How I'll accept it now, I don't know. So I'm actually curious to see how it holds up. I do know Ben Foster is in this along the lines of Event Horizon. Man, yeah. I can't wait to check this out because I can only guess that, like a fine wine, it's gotten better with age. Especially compared to a lot of the dog crap we're getting now.
Those things out there.
They didn't seem human. They're fast. They're stronger than you know. If they come after you, run. If you run and you don't look back. Help!
What's happened?
Next up, we have a American Gangster on 4K. So this is something I got very cheap from Half Price Books. And, it's something I have yet to see, but a lot of people say good things about. So for $8, hey, I couldn't resist. Denzel Washington, Russell Crowe, Ridley Scott as director. You can't go wrong with that formula. Well, maybe you can now, but...
My investigation indicates that Frank Lucas is above the mafia.
Who does he work for? Which family?
He's not Italian, he's black.
No black man has accomplished what the American mafia hasn't in 100 years.
I don't know. I really want to see if people's reviews of this and recommendations hold up. And I honestly know nothing about this other than it's a gangster film from Ridley Scott. And it's got Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe. Hey, I love them both, so...
Frank Lucas is the most dangerous man walking the streets of our city.
This is my home. My country.
Next up, we have 4K from Lionsgate, Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown.
Now, this is a release I was really looking forward to because I love Jackie Brown. I have fond memories of seeing this back on December 26, 1997, because my family wouldn't let me see it on Christmas, the day it was released, because they wanted me to do Christmas stuff. Those bastards. Jackie Brown is Quentin Tarantino's third feature film and one of his best in my opinion. It stars Pam Grier as the titular Jackie Brown, who is chasing $500,000. And there's some nefarious characters like Samuel L. Jackson and Robert De Niro playing crooks. Michael Keaton as a cop. This movie is pretty fantastic. It is a slow burn. I know a lot of people find it slow and feel like it doesn't go anywhere, but I think it's fine. It's a perfect hangout movie. It deals with things like old age and being strong within yourself. And honestly, this is one of Quentin Tarantino's best films. It's really hard to rank his films in my opinion. So It's easy to just say it's one of his best films.
You have a chance to walk off with $500,000. Would you take it?
Yeah. What do a stewardess, a gun runner, a bail bondsman, an ex-con, a federal agent, and a beach bunny have in common? They're all chasing $500,000 cash.
Jackie Brown looks fantastic on 4K. This was sourced from film, so this looks better than the other two things I'm about to show you. And if you can't guess, that's Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 on 4K from Lionsgate. So these, so I don't know if you know, I'll skip over the pleasantries with Kill Bill. Kill Bill is about Uma Thurman. It's 2 movies. It really is basically one big long movie, but they split up into 2. Uma Thurman, rip-roaring rage of revenge against her ex-lover Bill, who left her for dead. And it's one of Quentin Tarantino's best films, and I will say film because I believe it's one film.
He's out of line, but he's right.
That being said, there's a lot of hullabaloo online about these, about the quality compared to the existing Blu-rays. Now, these do come with the Blu-rays, and I can assure you they are the exact same Blu-rays that we had before, even down to the menus. The menu screens are the same. Do not worry, I checked them out myself. You know, these are pretty pricey at about $28, $29 a pop. And these are just the standard editions, let alone the steelbooks, because I know people are going to want to buy those. And I know those are probably astronomically high right now, but that's okay. They're still the standard editions. And to be honest, the standard editions are good enough in my book. You know, I'm a standard edition fan anyway. There's been some hullabaloo online about them because they don't look great compared to the existing Blu-rays. And you know, on that, I just gotta say, if you're really a hardcore fan and you're back and forth on these forums and you're back and forth on screen caps and you're, you know, just researching this to death like I was, if you can, splurge on the money and check out one of these. And again, remember, you're getting the existing Blu-ray with these, so this works out. If you've never owned the Blu-ray, you'll get both and you can judge for yourself. The reasons that these don't look as well as Jackie Brown does, even though they literally came out from the same distributor and on 4K on the same day and everything, it's because Kill Bill was apparently finished with a digital 2K intermediate. Basically, to restore this like they did with Jackie Brown, they'd have to restore it from the ground up. It looks like Lionsgate, Quentin Tarantino, someone wasn't willing to foot that bill and restore these. Yeah, that's kind of cheap, especially because these are not cheap, but I don't know. Honestly, if you're a fan and you're on the fence, I say check them out for yourself. Me, I got them because I'm a mega fan. I have to have them both. And I have to have that option. I have to be able to decide which one I feel like watching tonight. And, you know, some nights that's the Blu-ray, some nights that's the 4K. The 4K is not without merit. I won't sit here and trash them. That's not what I came here to do. They do look pretty great. In fact, I did some screenshot comparisons I saw online. Blew me away. I thought, wow, that's a no-brainer. I'm buying these. And then I bought them. And then as soon as I bought them, I read the discourse online about how they weren't so great. I almost canceled my order, but then I thought, you know, I'm going to judge for myself. And I feel like you should too. I feel like I can't say you should buy this or you shouldn't buy this. You should judge for yourself. Depends on how big of a fan of these you are. Well, that's going to do it for this month's episode of Physical Therapy. Don't forget to like this video, share, and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to keep those eyes red, baby. See you next time.
You remember movies, but you don't remember your life?
Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
Retarded.
What, do you know that kid or something?
I hope his pants get caught and a bloodbath ensues.
Test tube, baby.
Test tube, baby.